Steve Paul Jobs was born in 1955 to Abdulfattah Jandali and Joanne Schiebe. Because his birth parents were unable to cater to his needs, he was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. His birth father, Abdulfattah Jandali, was of Arab Muslim origin and grew up as a devout Muslim. He served time as a result of his political activism. When he met and began to date Steve's biological mother, Shiebe, the woman's family did not approve because he was a Muslim. When she got pregnant with Steve, she found suitable adoptive parents for him. Steve Jobs' adoptive parents, Paul and Clara Jobs, were unable to have a child after they experienced ectopic pregnancy. This is why they opted for adoption. Now, Paul and Clara Jobs did not attain a college education but pledged to sponsor Steve's college education, even though they did not have enough financially. Steve did not enjoy the love of his adoptive parents for a while, as they feared that their financial situation would make Steve's birth parents change their mind about the adoption and return for him. At some point, the year Steve turned 2, his adoptive parents wanted to return him themselves as he proved a difficult child to handle. Because they didn't have much and yet were determined to give Steve a good start in life, his adoptive parents worked several jobs to fend for him. His father was a machinist and built him a workbench. This was where Steve's love for mechanics was cultivated. Growing up, Steve admired his father's practical nature. His father could build or fix almost anything, and Steve imbibed this quality. He was so taken by his love for electronics that he never made friends with his age mates and was considered a loner. He was also in and out of trouble at school and was suspended often as a result of his misconduct. He attended Reed College in Portland, where his adoptive parents paid through their nose but dropped out after the first semester because the school fees was exorbitant. Then he began to attend auditing classes, learning the much he could. All this while he had dreams of creating electronics, but his family's financial situation and the trauma of his background were getting in the way. Finally, while doing odd jobs, Steve put all his time and money into making Apple I computer. It dampened his spirit when it was poorly received and he only sold 175 units of the computer. This was very discouraging, but Steve had overcome various challenges in his life, so he continued with his dogged ambition of building and selling computers. His perseverance paid off as he eventually developed Pixar, an animated studio that went on to win awards. Pixar was later bought by Disney for the huge sum of $7.4 billion. As at the time of his death, Steve's net worth was estimated at $10.2 billion, making him one of the richest people in America. He was also the mastermind behind the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. Setbacks are part of the roller coaster ride to success. One must make up their mind before embarking on any pursuit that there would be setbacks. It goes without saying, anyone who expects to be successful must steel themselves for the impact of setbacks. Roy Bennett said, "Live the life of your dreams." When you start living the life of your dreams, there will always be obstacles, doubters, mistakes, and setbacks along the way. But with hard work, perseverance, and self-belief, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Brittany Burgunder said, "Recovery is full of ups and downs. There is no such thing as a linear life, but you can always turn your setbacks into setups to come back stronger." Amit Ray said, "When you're closer to success, don't get upset by the tiny failures no matter what happens. Put more love, more awareness, and more efforts to your goal. The sun will rise again." Steve Paul Jobs put his time and resources to making his first Apple I. And though it wasn't a successful project, his determination led him to see the greater accomplishments that lay ahead. Stop allowing obstacles and setbacks to discourage you. Move, move. That's the word, move, despite the roadblocks.